The duality of this physical reality is often seen as the big monster in the room, when in part it's just part of our human evolution to evolve and expand. We are having this human experience to transform our energy systems by using the power of our consciousness. It's in navigating through the light and the darkness that we expand our consciousness to affect all forms of life in this world. Yes, you are that powerful. By transforming yourself, you weave part of the fabric within this human existence. Our awareness brings forth light to the dark corners of our identity. In a world of relativity, darkness is interconnected to this reality so we can appreciate the light. There is great power in your conscious awareness. The awareness that is found deep within your being is creating the reality you currently perceive. In turn, duality is part of the interwoven structure of this matrix, just like two poles found on Earth that consist of a north and south. So now we can ask ourselves how we are contributing towards this universal force of duality. What type of experiences are we generating through our consciousness? It's these experiences and their energetic frequencies that ripple out into the field of all existence that impact someone or something. The flow of ripples is also dualistic in nature and creates this reality. Knowing this, I often ask myself, what kind of impact am I leaving behind? Am I fueling conflict or helping improve the world? Although the world is experiencing dualistic events, we have a choice in how we contribute to the painting of this life. Our brushstroke means something to the field of this existence. Yes, your consciousness is affecting the collective. In turn, by resisting duality, you push against the very force creating dualistic experiences. Change requires expanding our consciousness and moving beyond duality, not to bypass duality, but to observe and honor the duality to gain wisdom to improve this world. This wisdom is inherent within you and accessible at any time. There was a time in my life where I was constantly pushing against the dualistic experiences in my life until I realized it's not out there, it's within me. The cause was never my outer world. My outer world was the effect of my inner world. My internal energies came from this life and previous generations. Our energetic systems consist of energies from many sources within the field. We can observe our energetic patterns from our soul's pure consciousness while recognizing the human part of ourselves. We can do that by acknowledging and observing the situation with our soul's consciousness and honoring the emotional wisdom within our hearts. This does not mean we have to agree with the dualistic experience. Duality is embraced with both the soul and the heart. To just observe with our souls will rob us of the wisdom carried within the experience, and to only feel with our hearts, then we run the risk of getting stuck in the emotion without moving forward. It's our consciousness that sheds light upon our hearts. We need both the pure consciousness of our soul and the sacred powers of our human heart. Duality will always be present in our lives. That is why our souls incarnated into this reality to build and evolve our consciousness. All wisdom of life is stored in the collective consciousness. Within this collective, we can add our energetic footprint and create change in this world. For example, a ripple in the water can affect the flow of currents and eventually morph into a wave. It's all by design and how the elements interact with universal laws, and these universal laws apply to us as well. We have the ability as humans to ignite transformation within ourselves and tap into the highest versions of ourselves. We don't need an outside force to accomplish transformation. We are the force and we are the transformation. And this is how I was able to face the duality in my life. I dug deep within myself to identify and transform my inner shadows. Low self-worth, resentment, and shame and lack all accumulated within my energy field as a child and in early adulthood. As a result, I attracted people and situations that validated these states of consciousness. Life was just mirroring what I was carrying inside of me. By finding the root cause of these states of consciousness, I was able to honor these emotions with my heart while staying rooted in my consciousness. It's through the creative force of my soul that I was able to alchemize my experiences into deep wisdom. It's through this wisdom that compassion is ignited within you. Compassion doesn't require sacrificing your boundaries or tolerating behavior that hinders your growth. Compassion does not always mean access. The access to you, that is. Especially if you are dealing with an unhealthy relationship with a friend, associates, and even family of origin, establishing boundaries and changing my environment helped towards facing my shadows and my mind's narrative about the duality I was experiencing. And the important thing to remember is there will always be duality in this world. Yes, things still come into my reality to expand my consciousness and help me evolve. The elimination of duality is not the objective. The way I like to explain this is by imagining a computer mouse. It usually needs a AA or a AAA battery. The only reason there's a charge is because the battery has enough voltage to power up the computer mouse. By facing our inner shadows, we increase and expand our awareness to where we outgrow certain aspects of our ego. In part, the objective is to outgrow the experience we are facing to where there is no longer an emotional charge because you have evolved from that frequency. The AA battery will no longer have enough voltage to power you up and trigger you. And this, of course, does not mean you agree with the duality, but rather there's a level of acceptance and your consciousness has expanded enough to have compassion towards the experience. The balance within duality drives healing and positive change. We grow stronger and wiser as a result. You're able to navigate these experiences of duality more effectively, so you can then focus on what you want. The key takeaway is to observe the duality with the core of your soul consciousness and to honor the experience within your heart space. Try to do this by getting present and imagining a safe space for yourself. It could be whatever you feel to be safe and sacred, such as being in nature, on the beach, in a mansion or a penthouse. Whatever you feel would represent a safe and sacred space for you. This sacred space will be filled with love, compassion, freedom, peace, and tranquility. Imagine you can invite only 3 guests to this space. The 3 guests will be your soul's consciousness, your heart, and the dualistic experience. While rooted in your consciousness, allow each guest to bring forth their truth and see what comes up for you. Don't internalize every guest concern. Acknowledge them as issues you've encountered, not as part of your identity. That's why it's so important to stay rooted in your consciousness so that you balance the ego's reactions towards the experience. You create space for the ego to react while still observing the reaction itself. Just know you are not the reaction, rather you are experiencing a reaction. Allow this experience and your reaction to be in your safe space. Give them breathing room, just like opening a window to air out a room. Feel the gratitude in your heart that you are alive and well. Give yourself the compassion that you've made it this far. Stay grounded and present. This exercise can help with expanding your consciousness and navigating through duality. We move towards creating a ripple in the field of consciousness the moment we acknowledge the shadows of our identities. By doing this, you create a footprint of energy within the collective that allows other souls to choose the path you blaze through. It becomes empowering when we view our experiences of duality as an opportunity to transmute our pain into light. It's the cycle of transformation we must come to embrace so that our inner light can shine brighter each time. The darkness, the duality you experience is the catalyst to reaching your greatest potential. Embrace it, love it, and transmute it. You are resilient. You are powerful. Thank you for watching, beautiful soul.